Welcome to this video about February 2023's full moon in Leo. We are the astrologers of Pandora Astrology. I'm Jamie Kale Miller. I'm in Berkeley, California.
And I'm Julia Mikas, and I'm in San Francisco, California. In this video, we're going to tell you about this moon, including what it will feel like, when it's happening, and the best ways to handle it.
And if you're curious about this moon's impact on your own chart, in a little bit, I'll give you something you can do about that. We're calling this moon You in the Mirror of Community because of the themes between Leo and Aquarius. The Leo-Aquarius polarity is really emphasized in this full moon. We have the full moon in Leo and the sun in Aquarius. So this natural polarity has to do with the individual versus the group, versus the collective, versus friendships. And so that moon in Leo could bring up a lot of ego, a lot of self-centeredness. And then the sun is there to reflect a more, just a more detached view of oneself in the eyes of your friends, the people who know you, but who aren't you. So the Leo moon also brings in themes of sovereignty, of self-possession, poise, presence, even charisma. And once again, that sun in Aquarius meets that with detachment, objectivity, even a scientific approach. Now, this moon has plenty of stress. Uranus is here placed between the sun and moon in a T-square, introducing some themes of maybe rebelliousness, reactivity, disruption, interruption. And so, you know, there might be a little jangly back and forth between yourself and your friends or yourself and your community. Some ego blows definitely might come during a moon like this. But we also have plenty of help, more help really than stress. We have Mars here forming a lovely sextile to that moon, trining the sun. We also have Juno and Chiron here, trining the moon and forming a sextile to the sun. So there's lots and lots of help. Mars brings action, drive, and honesty, some directness, some communication. Mars is in Gemini after all. And Juno, you know, brings some social ease, some smoothing things over, I would say, even though she's in Aries. So that could be a little bit brusque. And then Chiron brings the healing faculties. So definitely a lot going on during this moon. And Julia, I'm wondering what you think about it. What are you seeing going on in this moon?
Yeah, well, you know, full moons are sort of the closing of a cycle. You know, new moons where the sun and the moon are in the same place are when things begin, but full moons are when things kind of come together. So there's a sense in this that maybe a project is beginning to be completed, or, you know, if you were to arrange a sort of social event, then this is the time of the actual event. You know, this is the climax of that project or that new activity that maybe you launched a few weeks ago. And it certainly, I mean, the stress from Uranus, both Uranus as well as the sign of Leo, which the moon is in, have a lot to do with, you know, being authentic to oneself, to being very, very individualistic. And, you know, Uranus can be a bit uncompromising too. So that's where I kind of see a little bit of the tension coming up. You know, if you feel like some sort of project or some type of activity that you're doing with others is under review somehow, or, you know, it's sort of the showtime, so to speak, because I see that you know, all that Leo in the moon. You know, there might be a little bit of tension between how you're putting it forward versus how others are receiving it, in a lot of ways. But, you know, like you said, there's a lot of support that's going on here. And at least Juno offers some ability to compromise a little bit more. Yeah, but overall, it's there's I think a little bit of a stressfulness in here, and a sense of maybe even aloofness or abruptness if you don't feel like you are being as well received as you wanted to be.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm also thinking that Uranus, when it transits, can bring insights and big, paradigm shifts and powerful intellectual changes. You can really see something differently when Uranus is transiting that factor in your chart. And so it occurs to me that one solution for this Uranus T square to the sun and moon, especially if you find yourself identifying with that emotionally sensitive moon that's just like, oh, I just want to be liked, I want to be a little bit famous and like have some people who like me, and the sun is over there like, well, I'm judging you. But if you take that, Uranus influence there, and you say, well, I'm willing to make a change. I'm willing to make a paradigm shift. I'm really willing to like question my behavior. I'm willing to experiment with my behavior and try something different, and try feeling and responding and behaving in a different way. Then I think that this moon could be pretty powerful.
So sort of don't get defensive, but be willing to sort of use it to to change speeds a little bit, bring a little bit of flexibility and openness to a paradigm shift.
Yeah, not that easy to do when all these fixed signs are showing, but yeah, take the coaching. Well, there are a certain set of birthdays that are going to feel this more strongly than others. And if you were born in these date spans, then you might consider handling this moon, in your own most particular way. And that would be January 31st to February 10th. That would be the Aquarians that would be feeling this moon. And then Taurians to feel this moon would be May 1st to May 12th. Leos feeling this moon most particularly would be born between the 3rd and the 14th. And similarly, Scorpios born the 3rd to the 14th. And if your birthday falls in any of those date spans and you want to know more, you'll be able to book that reading at the link in the description below and get in the driver's seat of your life. Well, that's all for today. In this video, we gave you a lot of clues about February's full moon in Leo and how you can handle it for best results.
We love making these videos for you, and if you love them too, then please hit the like button. And we make these videos for you for free, and if you appreciate it, subscribing is the best way to show it. Let your friends know about our videos too.
Have a fantastic February, and until next time, we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.